Just got myself a lactate monitor. Now I know there's a lot of the top boys go, no, you don't want to need one of these, you should know your levels and all that. But just for spot checking, I think with my training, I've actually gone too hard on sessions.
Yo, that's f***ing too fast, kid.
I really do. I think I've overcooked sessions before. So my goal last year was Berlin Marathon. Hunter was born 5 weeks before Berlin. So in the last 5 weeks, which are probably not the last 2 weeks, your training program is starting to come down, but the 3 main weeks.
Yeah, but you're like peaking, aren't you?
Peak 3 weeks.
You got a newborn.
The baby came along.
What do you think's harder? A 2:35 or a 4:45? What's harder? But think about this. So you're on your feet for 2 hours 35 and someone else is on their feet for 4 hours 45. Both people are running at their max potential. Dan?
Brad?
Good to see you again, mate.
And you, mate?
Another exciting episode.
Yep.
We found another local celebrity to drag into the studio.
Not just local, national, worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Is your name Pitbull? So, Simon, I'm going to, in a second, get you to introduce yourself. We've got to know you a little bit pre-cameras rolling today, so I've got a good idea of what we're going to hear. But I thought it's always useful for our audience to understand a little bit about your background, and there's loads about what you do now, especially on social media, and I'm going to link that in for everyone below the video to learn about you. But I had a quick look through your social presence. My first question to you, before you introduce yourself, is do you have a clear distinction of what you define yourself as when it comes to sport? So the point I'm making is, are you runner, Ironman, just the fittest 46-year-old? Like, what's the... Well, if you were single and you were on a dating profile, what would you be writing about yourself?
Well, that's a lead up, isn't it? Good afternoon, everyone. Simon here. I'm just going to try and quickly skip over that and just introduce. Brad, Dan, thanks for having me in.
Yeah. Pleasure, mate.
It's who am I? What am I? I think most people probably know me as Brummie Runner from Instagram, which I've started to go back to call myself Simon a little bit, because I'm getting to the point now thinking I'm working under a name of Brummie Runner like I'm some absolute terrible Las Vegas drag act.
You got a stage name, yeah.
I don't know why I said drag. I don't know why that name is.
That's synonymous with Vegas. I'll let you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think most people have got to know me over the last few years as being essentially a marathon runner, which was never really the plan, but that's just what we've stuck to for a number of years now.
Do you think you did that because you got good at it? Is that do you found like a groove in that space? I just find the marathon a lot easier than running a 10K. See, that's really interesting, because Dan and I talk about this a lot. I think you're king of 10K, especially in cross country, and I'm certainly suited to a shorter event. How did you find that out initially? Because you just go and run a marathon and think, well, that was easy.
No, the first marathon I ever did, I think like most people, I said, that's me. I'm never doing that again. I struggled like most people did.
Yeah.
And the reasons I struggled was I didn't train enough. I didn't have a clue about gel. I think I did my first marathon in 2016. There was no training plans.
What time did you do?
I did 3:22 at London.
Yeah, which is respectful, isn't it?
Solid debut.
Yeah.
3:22 London Marathon. I did think I maxed out. Maybe did a 35-mile week once. I was doing 25 to 30 mile a week for about 8 weeks. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. I think I took a bag of Haribo, which I ate at mile 14. I think I spoke to God twice at mile 19.
Yeah.
Quick little hello.
And that was it, really. Yeah, I just sort of did that for a charity. And then the journey but then I was still turning up and doing some local 5Ks, 10Ks and half marathons.
You found those harder?
I found the effort level because
the intensity.
Yeah. I think because of my background, and when you've still got a bit of fire in your body and you're a bit competitive, you want to do the best you can. But I just knew in the marathon, I was always running with the handbrake on. So you're always saving yourself a little bit.
Yes.
Whereas in the 5K and 10K, it doesn't matter how fit or unfit you are, you're running with the handbrake off because you're just going for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it just hurts. I just find the 10K hurts the legs, the heart, and the lungs.
Yes.
Whereas the marathon, respectfully, doesn't hurt your heart and lungs.
As long as you get your nutrition right.
As long as you just got to get your nutrition, your hydration, and just make sure the legs are there and just stick in the game, really.
Do you think any of that then is sort of linked to your background in the military? Because a lot of that is marathon, not sprint, right? It's about enduring something rather than sprinting to something.
I've never really thought about it, but I think
It's going to get deep.
Yeah, I just think for those who don't know, I was in the military, British Army for a decade. Joined at 16, left at 25, and then I went and worked in Iraq and lived in Iraq for 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
As a private security consultant. So you're sort of surrounded by the.
Is that a typical evolution of that?
It was in the 2010 era.
Okay.
2010, probably a bit before that. Essentially when the Iraq War kicked off, everyone went out there, did soldiering out in Iraq, and then the private work picked up. There was a lot of contracts out there for the Department of Defence. Oil companies all went out there, and they needed specialised guys to look after them. And it was a lot more lucrative to work out there as a civilian than it was to work out there as a British soldier.
Yeah.
From a salary point of view, really. So there was a big change. Let's say 2007 to 2020, you found a lot of British soldiers got out of the army and went over to the Middle East. But then it was just one big reunion with no sergeant major.
With no one telling you what to do.
Exactly. So it was a bit of and then everyone was on rock star wages with no discipline.
Sounds like a recipe for chaos.
It was, yeah. You have to go through Dubai every time, transit through. So there was a lot of meetups in Dubai for 48 hours.
There's nothing to do out there, is there? No party.
There is if you look for it.
Yeah.
To go back to your question, I think my background, I've always just been, you've just got to finish it. We just had to finish everything, because in the army, if you don't finish it, you're made to finish it.
It's not a lot of sympathy, is there?
There's no sympathy. You're dragged to the finish line, so you might as well get there yourself. So there's never any real, we're not going to do this. It might be a case of, it's going to take longer than we hoped, but we're just going to finish it.
So I suppose two things there. I do think there may be some synergy then between that mentality and your toughness in the longer distances. I know you've done some Ironman.
Yeah, I've done 3 Ironmans.
Exactly. So I feel like that definitely for me links up there. You this year didn't compete in London.
No.
Conscious choice.
Yeah.
Talk us through it. I mean, you did 8 before that. That right?
I've done 28 marathons in total.
And 8 London though.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've done eight Londons individual. And I
haven't been stalking you, Simon.
No.
It's
I'll tell
available
you
online,
right. Yeah, so I've done 8 London marathons. One of them included the COVID year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so when it was in the October. So that was
odd.
Crazy when you had to go to London for October. So I've always said I'd stop at doing 10 Londons. And the reason I'd stop at doing 10 Londons is it's a nice round number to stop on. And I said I'd also stop if I was taking up somebody's spot.
Okay.
But for the last 3, I've qualified in the championship by doing 2:35. So I've gone below the qualifying time. So regardless of numbers, if you ran below that time, you got a guaranteed place. Whereas now, London have changed it. So as of this year just gone and going forward, there's only a certain number of places in the championship zone. So if I did 10 and qualified to do number 11, I am actually taking up somebody's place now.
Yes.
So I've said 10's enough. Once I get to 10, I'll stop doing London, because then it gives somebody else the chance to get in if they've qualified. I think that's fair enough. I've milked that cow.
Had your fair share.
Yeah, I've had my fair share. But I ran Seville Marathon this year with ASICS. I was very kindly sent out to Seville to go run that marathon, and that's the one I should have gone for. I was fit as a fiddle then, and I sort of didn't go out hard, because 2 weeks later I went and ran Tokyo Marathon.
Okay. Not typically something Coach Dan would ever advise.
He's riding the wave.
So I'm riding the wave of being very kindly looked after by ASICS and representing ASICS and sports shoes. So
how many times have you done Tokyo?
Twice now.
Yeah.
Done twice. Self-funded the first time, and then very kindly.
It's good context for people to know. He's done a lot of marathons.
Yeah. So
28, you said, right?
Yeah.
Done 28 marathons, and I've done the 6 majors. I've done them all apart from Boston. I've done Boston once, but all the others I've done twice or more. So if I do Boston again next year, then I'll have done the 6 majors.
And you were
twice.
kind of going to do Boston. You had a niggle, didn't you, for this year?
Yeah, so essentially why I pulled out of London, I could have done Boston on the Monday and then London on the Sunday. But essentially, I started training.
Yeah.
And I went a bit too hard. I got carried away on the back of Tokyo. I had a massive engine built, and I thought, right, we're going to go to London or Boston, and I'm going to go for a PB. Went on the treadmill 3 times in a week, did some crazy sessions, and the body went, no, thank you. We're going to put the handbrake on. So I've just been a bit stiff since. I was locked up, my piriformis, biomechanically, my body just locked it up. So I got to the Friday. Could I have done it? Yes. Would I be back running now if I'd have done London? Probably not. I'd probably still be out. So yeah, I just made the conscious decision on the Friday. I'm going to use my brain instead of my heart for once.
Because you rang me, didn't you? And you were like, I could hear in your voice that you were like, I really want to do it, but for the long run, I know it's the wrong thing to do.
It was the wrong decision. Yeah. And, you know, being on the sidelines in London, I think it's really a bit of a flame in me to get involved again.
Okay.
The problem I've got with them 28 marathons, 24 of them have been majors. So I've not really done a marathon that hasn't been crazy.
You're like packed and you're in the pen at an hour early. And
everything I've done. I've only done a couple that aren't, well, other than the Ironmans, I've only done 2 marathons that haven't been crazy
Where
ones.
Were these?
Well, I did the UK's hardest marathon. It's classed as the UK's hardest marathon, which is in the Langdale. It's called the Langdale Marathon.
Is this due to elevation?
Yeah, elevation. I think it's about 6,500 feet of climbing in the Langdales Lake District. I did that in 3:59, just snuck under the 4-hour mark by a minute. Got in the car. I was in.
Oh yeah,
I was in bits. I bits on that.
Every flexor on your body is crying.
Yeah, everything. And then the only other one I didn't do, Tembe in the Ironman, Tembe Marathon, which is more elevation. So I think stepping back a little bit and being on the sidelines on London, sort of, I thought I'd have FOMO.
Is that the first one you watched?
It's the first. No, do you know? I ran 28 marathons. I'd never been to a single marathon, but the week before was Manchester, and I went up to Manchester with the family, and my partner's brother-in-law was running his first ever marathon. So we went and watched him do Manchester, and I really enjoyed it. So then 7 days later, I went and watched London.
You went and watched again,
yeah. So I really enjoyed myself being on the other side of the fence. Good fun.
It's different, isn't it?
It's different. But what I've realised is we're not as important as we think we are.
No.
We are not as important as we think we are.
We're not. Michael, one tiny individual. Nothing in it.
The sad reality is that really the only person that cares is you, right? About your own. Yeah. So
I just saw the guys running past who would have been where I would have been in the pack.
A little bit of...
Well, not really, no, because I was actually, there's a couple of guys who I've followed a bit of their journey, and I was thinking, go on, there's a big lad called Andy Rayner, the FOD runner. I don't know if you know him.
He's a local guy, really,
And he's obviously sort of in his 40s as well, so I was championing Andy to get his time, and he did it. He did his 2:35. But before him, you just sort of like, well done, boys. I really enjoyed 3:30s, 4 hours, seeing people at 4:30s as we're walking back. I thought this has restored my faith in what makes the day.
Yeah.
What makes a major marathon is not the people who do sub 3 hours. It's the people who are doing 3 hours, 3:30, 4:30. They're the ones who make.
We can have a debate if you want between us then. So what do you think's harder? A 2:35 or a 4:45? What's harder? So, but think about this. So you're on your feet for 2 hours 35 and someone else is on their feet for 4 hours 45. Both people are running at their max potential.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's a hard debate.
If you've got, the thing is, it's not loaded. I don't have an opinion. I'm just interested.
Are they though?
I was just about to say, controversially.
Because if we did that, we could still do that.
No, so we're gonna afford the ambiguity, and we're gonna say the person running at 4:45 is running
it's always harder.
It's always gonna be harder. If they're going at an effort level of 9 out of 10, and I'm going 9 out of 10, well, it's harder to go 9 out of 10 for 4 hours than it is to 2 hours.
I've watched, the sweeper bus.
Yeah,
I've watched somebody just in front of that, so they'd be going for 8 hours.
Yeah,
and I think I could not mentally do that.
No.
I could not mentally do that. No. So I actually afford, and it's not to take anything away from the elites, but I think that's more difficult, I think. Not a harder sporting achievement, because it's harder to be an elite, right? But mentally, who's tough enough to run for 8 hours knowing you're the last person? I just don't know who that is.
Yeah, like waiting to be pushed over
by the bus.
So there's a point at London Marathon that I think it's about mile 14. Between 13 and 14, you come over Tower Bridge, Flacker right, 13 and 14, and there's a barrier. And on the other side, I think they're about mile 19, mile 20. And every time I do London, and I go 13, 14, I see the lead women come through.
Yeah, same.
I always see the lead women come through. Now, when I go, oh, I wish I was where you are.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Then I go round Canary Wharf and I get to 19, 20 and I see people at 13, 14 and I think, thank God I'm not there. So,
but also at that, there's this flag and it's a dropout area. You ever seen that?
No, whereabouts is that?
Right there, at that 19, it's an elite dropout area. So if they're done and their days are cooked, they can just leave. But I think,
is that a typical? It's just sort of thing that's
set up? Yeah, it's an elite. Like, you know,
by then you're going to go.
And literally, I think it must take a lot to drop out there because you're looking over and you're like, well, they're at 14 miles. I'm like almost to the finish, even though it's not my day. I kind of owe it to the marathon just to keep going.
Because you've got to get back to the finish anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said about the logistics when we talked about it. It's actually a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? You've given them a bag, you've got to get
It's very well done, isn't it? It's insane, but it is a bit
stressful.
It's not. Getting on the tube after is a nightmare.
Do you think your background in the military in any way helped you make the decision not to go? Because what you said to me earlier was that you want to finish. You have to finish. It's not an option, but your body was sort of saying, we might not finish. So was that where it helped you call it?
No, I don't think it was military in that involvement. I think if I'd have done, apologies, if it was any other marathon, I would have said no 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
I see.
If it was Stockport Marathon, Newport Marathon,
Stockport.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's my debut and retiree one.
I'd have said no. Well, I wouldn't have signed up to it, but no, I'd have called it 2 weeks before. It was just because it's London.
Was it? Did you do those 8 in a row? Or was there a bit of time? Was there?
No, I missed one.
Yeah,
I missed one. I tore my Achilles in Berlin in about 2021.
I mean,
22 it was.
Go.
Yeah, I had a 4 mil tear in my Achilles, which you think, 4 mil's nothing. But when I went to hospital and they scanned it, they said you got a 4 mil tear, but your Achilles is only 7 mil thick.
That's more than half.
Yeah, exactly. So that's when I knew it was serious.
Yeah, ruptured it away.
So I missed the London in April that year.
Yeah.
Or the following year because I hadn't trained. I was out for 6, 7 months. I was in a cast for 2 months. I literally went back to walk running and rehabbing.
It's the scariest injury. It's the one that scares me the most.
Overuse, that was. Overtraining.
Yeah.
That was overtraining. And it was the first year I was in carbons. And I was in carbons a lot. And I was trying to chase everything I could.
Yeah, pace.
Yeah, I was chasing everything.
We have debated whether carbons cause calf injuries because I've had calf niggles only from wearing carbon shoes, but you'll never be able to accuse me of overtraining when you're down. Let's be real. So. He's like, you're going out this week, Brad. You've been out, mate.
You'll be.
You can do this thing on Aura where you can say, I'm having a rest, all right? I need to do it for Training Peaks tonight. It's like, piss off, I'm having a rest, all right? Give me a week
I'm just
off.
chilling out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's hot. I've got the paddling pool.
What did you say to me on Training Peaks the other week? Can we just put these next 2 weeks, bump them over another 2 weeks? I'm just having a rest for 2 weeks.
Summer season's here.
I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Dan's calling me out on the podcast. Don't know how
accountability, mate.
Yeah, that's it. So there's one huge benefit, obviously, of you not taking part in the London Marathon. Someone got the space, I guess. It rolls down. I don't know how that works. But also, you had one of the most viral videos ever because of your photography skills. So do you want to... We've obviously had the benefit of talking about this a little bit, but do you want to, for our audience benefit, just tell people what happened and why you're now 30 million views to the better?
Yeah, crazy. I think this was... and I can't find it anywhere else. On the day he broke 2 hours, they both broke 2 hours and went 1:59. I think the reel that I put on Instagram is the most viewed video of anything to do with that 1:59, including anything Adidas put out about 1:59.
Wow.
No one's had more views on anything to do with that.
I'm actually quite proud that I know you from it because people have mentioned it and I'm like, I know the guy.
So essentially,
Dan's going to ask you to sign his t-shirt before you leave.
I'll sign the photo. I'm going to start printing the photo off. So we got, because I didn't do London, you sort of, and I didn't know, I knew people doing London, but I didn't have a family member or a close friend doing London. So we didn't have to chase the course.
Keep running around.
So we said, where are we going to plot up?
You didn't. Where's my photo? You didn't. Where's my
Too
photo?
quick.
Too
Told you I wasn't interested in the...
Too slow.
Too slow. We were gone by then.
He was at home.
He was at the Cup semi-final. We just plotted up, literally at mile 25, we had a right bonus. Do you know where the Boris bikes used to go in, you put the front wheel in. There was a row of them on the embankment, but all the bikes had gone. But obviously the stations where you dock your bike are still there.
Were they in your van?
Well, but the Harry's fence, or the fencing for the marathon was there. So you could sit. Basically, we used them as a seat.
Oh, basically.
And we met some girl, and she said, I've watched it 3 years on the trot, and I get to sit on here all day.
Every time.
Behind us was the boat on the River Thames, food, drink, and toilets. So it was like, this is prime location. Yeah, so if you're ever going to go watch London, mile 25, go on the water side and get on them seats. It's unbelievable.
See you there next year.
There you go.
So we, obviously you're tracking thinking, oh my God, these boys are on world record pace. Just so happened, I am not a professional photographer in any way, shape or form. In actual fact, there's a guy called James who takes all the video and photo for sports shoots. I'd met him the night before and said, put the settings on my camera.
No way,
Which would be perfect for capturing runners. So James
No way.
Collins, his name is.
James Collins.
James Collins. James creates these on Instagram. He set the settings on my camera for me.
That's crazy.
Hero.
So he happened to come, so I waited. I just went click, 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 click. Didn't think much of it. Looked at the camera, thought, wow. You could see the sweat on his face. You could see his number. Bosh, done. Came home, shower, lying in bed as you do, doom scrolling. And then I went through them photos and I looked and I could see his watch. I'd picked up the data. So now I'm talking about it. Some people might go, hold on, I know what photo this is. Zoomed into his watch, you could see it. Kilometre 40, pace 235 a kilometre.
Unreal.
Wow. So what I did lying in bed there is exactly what you saw on Instagram. I just screen recorded what I did, looked at the picture, zoomed into the watch. Wow. That was it. Put it out there, put some words underneath it. Wait a minute.
Catchy tune.
Didn't even go searching for that tune. It just came up. I thought, oh, that fits.
Suggested
Yeah,
for you.
Suggested.
Or whatever.
That's
It's actually perfect, by the way. Yeah.
By the way, 0 hashtags.
Really?
0 hashtags. 0 added anybody in but Sarway himself. Nothing. Send.
Has he looked at it?
Don't know.
That's interesting.
20 million people have looked at it, though, and 31
So
million views.
we
right?
went to bed, and
Was your phone just like lighting
I
up?
had to turn notifications off.
Battery died, mate. Yeah.
The battery was going down as notifications up. But I did it at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, which is one of the worst times to put anything out, by the way. You want to be putting stuff out at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
If you put it out at 10 at night,
You've only got like a short window.
everyone's gone to bed.
I don't know. 8 to 10 is my doom scroll hours, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I guess if it was on 10 in the morning, it gets to like kind of start circling, doesn't it?
You can do. Well,
Maybe.
I put it
I
out
don't know.
at
Anyway,
whatever time it was, 8 o'clock
Yeah.
at night. Next thing you know, Amy, my partner's gone, sorry, 600,000 views?
Nice.
That's a lot. That's a
And I
lot.
was like,
That's a
wow.
lot.
I think
Yeah.
the most viral one I ever got, I've had 2 before. One when I was leading New York Marathon, when I ran off at the start.
What a legend.
I
Yeah.
just ran, did the old classic, and that got like 800,000 views. And I did something with sports shoes about Paris, and we had 900,000 views. I was like, this is going to get to 1 million.
Yeah.
This is going to get to 1 million. No way. 4 a.m, the baby's woke up. Amy's gone to sort the baby out. She's come back in and gone, forget the baby. Sorry, that video's at 2.6 million views.
Forget the baby.
Forget the baby. He can cry for his milk. It's 2.5 million views here. Anyway, it just, over the next 24 hours, 2.6, 6, 10, 50, didn't stop.
It's exponential, isn't it?
It
Once it reaches
didn't
the point. Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Shared everywhere. I was getting messages from South America, people commenting on it from Australia, all over the
I
world.
bet it was just constant.
Oh, my phone, literally, I just turned it off.
Yeah.
Because it was just
like a
mental.
Christmas tree.
Unmanageable, that is,
And
yeah.
the comment. But as it stands today, it's now at 31.5 million views. It's gone to over 20 million individual accounts. It's
unreal.
I think it's hit every country in the world bar 10 if you look at the demographic.
I'd be inclined to ask our listeners, if you've seen this video, just give us a little signal in the comments.
Yeah, yeah,
I reckon
yeah.
there's a good section of the listeners that have
definitely.
definitely seen this. Like your algorithm, if you're listening to this, it's definitely sending you videos like that. Let's be real.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
But like I said, one of my best friends, funny enough, he said, isn't it crazy? You've done all this stuff on social media for 8 years and the best performing thing you've ever done. Has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. No face, and you get a bit of success.
It is weird because your content is all about like you and running, and you're running in sports shoe and Asics, and then there's this random video, and it's almost like you've stolen it from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well,
It is
people did
crazy.
start
Stands
stealing
out.
it. I was getting messages off people saying people are using this all over Twitter,
Yeah. okay.
everywhere. Now, the worst part of all this, and it's not because I've had some good stuff happen on the back of it, the gutter is I make 0 pence from that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that had been on YouTube and got over 31 million views,
Oh,
we've done all the data, your
Oh,
net
no.
between 60 and 100k.
Yes. Yep.
Shut up.
This is why you can watch Ask the Coach on YouTube.
Yeah, we are not getting 100k from our followers, are we?
Never say never.
Joking. That
But
was
the retention,
No way.
so the retention
People
of it,
don't flick as much, I guess, on YouTube, do they? It's, you wouldn't put a short on.
no, but that would have to
I
have
know what you
been a
mean.
short.
Yeah.
But the retention on it, I don't look into this. I think people would be surprised at how little I put into effort into social media and look at the data. I don't look at any data. I put stuff on and I'll go.
Yeah.
But the retention of it was 79% of the viewers were still watching that video at the end of it.
Yes,
Yes.
like all the way through.
All the
Yeah.
way through.
That's amazing.
We get
yeah.
that data from our YouTube shorts.
No, don't say
So
it.
no, so if it's like, this is what I wanted to make. Your content's excellent, and someone that, like me who's really interested and nerdy, I'm going to watch the whole thing, right? But there's an element of virality which is just not. It's nonsensical. It doesn't
Okay.
make sense all the time.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
People just watch garbage sometimes.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
garbage, but people are hooked into silly little things, right? So some of our really most interesting content is 26% retention, and the one where we had somebody calling me short, 79% retention. People watch
Mad.
that to watch me get battered.
That's outrageous.
Nothing educational in that whatsoever.
We should record the stuff that happens before the show. I rip you.
Yeah, just
to
get berated.
pieces.
100% retention.
The new marketing strategy is berate Brad, views everyone.
That's fine, mate. It's not hard. We can do that any day you want.
There's a lot of content, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
opportunities, basically.
Endless.
You said something there which piqued my interest. You have a baby.
We do.
That is spectacular to sort of manage all the fitness that you do. How old's your baby?
He's 9 months old now. His name's Hunter.
Hunter.
So Hunter's now 9 months old.
That's a
Strong
lot.
name.
That's a lot. Yeah, it is.
We like Hunter.
Yeah.
Do you like Hunter? You watch Hunter McIntyre, the High Rocks guy?
Yes, I know who
I
he
bet
is.
you love
yeah,
Hunter.
yeah. I don't. I've seen his stuff.
Some of
Hunter
his stuff
McIntyre,
is
yeah.
incredible.
Biggest jawline in Texas or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
literally. So
Yeah.
controversial.
He won't
with
have the
stuff,
same
isn't
hair as he has, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hunter came, he was born. So my goal last year was Berlin Marathon.
Yes.
I wanted 2:35 Berlin. Hunter was born 5 weeks before Berlin. So the last 5 weeks, which are probably not the last 2 weeks, your training program is starting to come down, but the 3 main weeks,
Yeah, but you're right peaking, aren't
the
you?
peak
Really?
3 weeks,
You got a newborn.
the baby came along.
Yeah.
It was hard work.
Is your partner just like a superwoman? Is
She's
that-
just superb.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't fault her.
Took
She-
over.
Yeah, she
and
just
let you do things.
she just said, go do what you got to do.
Get out the door.
Just get out the door.
Concentrate.
But like we said earlier, I only run 7 hours a week. That's all I do.
Wow.
I just do 7 hours a week. That's all I do. I need to pick it up to do some more. But I was only doing 7 hours a week. So it was out the house, do an hour and 15 minutes, back to the baby. So he came, if he'd have come 2 weeks later, it would have been easier. But he came right when we was in the trenches for my fitness and just knackered, aren't you? With 5 weeks to go, you just like get this training program done.
Yeah.
And then
Because the longer runs are getting longer.
longer
So,
runs
like,
are getting longer.
yeah.
The thresholds are getting.
Yeah, or they become harder almost because you're more tired.
Yeah, well, the recovery's less.
Yeah.
So the recovery's becoming less. So yeah, it was a grind. But yeah, Hunter's 9 months old. He's
Is that your first?
no, I've got a daughter as well who's 22.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a 22-year-old daughter, Ebony. She's just done her first triathlon.
You mentioned it the other day. I was like, that's
There's a
amazing.
family theme here.
Yeah. I think she's
But it was she did Stratford Try, which was your first
my first ever try.
and my first ever try.
Wow.
It
Was
was,
it yours
I swear
too?
to God, yeah, I didn't say it on the phone, but I was like, yeah, it's my first ever try.
Well, the gutting thing, the hard thing about that Stratford try, do you know it, do you, Brad?
No.
So it's a swimming pool. But I am not come from a swimming background at all. In the army, it's if you're still afloat and not dead after 3 minutes, you pass your swimming.
You've done
badge.
well. Well done, mate.
Yeah, you just
Get out.
bob for 3
Just
minutes,
get out.
and if you haven't drowned, you got to swim. You pass your swimming test.
This podcast is brought to you by A1 Physique. Now, all throughout these episodes, you'll hear Coach Dan and myself talk about the importance of recovery for your training. Nothing better than collagen for instant recovery from really intense workouts. Ligaments, tendons need repair, and by encompassing this in a morning daily coffee, it becomes the easiest supplement to add into your daily routine. Available from our website, free shipping, and each cup is giving you 21 grams of that nourishing collagen protein coffee, perfect for athlete recovery, and endorsed by Coach Dan himself.
So Stratford Triathlon, the funniest part of Stratford Triathlon is you do a little bit of training, don't you? Go to the local Virgin gym, jump in the 25-metre pool, count your strokes. Next thing you know, you go to Stratford, you got people all over swimming all over.
Busy race as well.
Busy race. You just got to four in one lane, four in the next, four in the next.
Yep.
And I'm doing the maths thinking.
Yeah, because it's a funny one actually, because you do 4 lengths up and down. Normally in a sprint try, you'll go up and down, you'll do 16 lengths in the same lane. But Stratford, that you go up and down, under the lane rope,
That's
up
right.
and down, under the lane rope. So you basically make your way out of the pool.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense.
It does, but you...
It's an extra thought process.
Yeah, you got to go under the lane rope.
Well, the difficult part is if you looked at the maths behind it, you go, well, why are we only doing 12 lengths?
Yeah. Oh, 'cause it's 33.
It's a 33-metre pool.
33-metre pool.
I see.
Well, I didn't know that. And when you're not a good swimmer, you're praying for that 25th metre to get to the end to take a breath.
Reaching for the wall.
Yeah. So when you've got another 8 metres to swim,
That's a lot.
it's a lot
It's
when you can't swim.
Yeah.
So I
Brilliant.
reckon there must have been some cheating on that swimming.
Yeah,
Because you
people-
could do 4,
Yeah.
duck under,
Yeah.
do 2
Yeah.
and duck under.
And then 4.
They'd never
2.
know.
They never know.
They'd
'cause
never know.
Ever know. No one's really checking. No one's checking. Unless you did an astronomical time.
Then they'd have to have a look.
Well, if your time's already not brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing nothing.
So I could go and cheat, basically.
Yeah,
No, whatever.
you could knock 2 lengths. So I think I was doing like 7:30 for 400
Yeah,
metres.
which is good. Yeah, yeah.
But you could knock a minute off that by just not doing 2 lengths.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
if your biking run was kind of okay as well, they just wouldn't even question it.
Yeah, well, that would be my strongest.
Yeah.
It'd get stronger as it went quicker. So
Yeah.
I'd go, oh, yeah, you're fine. But no, so yeah, Stratford Tri, that's where I first ever did my first ever event of any knowledge whatsoever.
Was that before running?
before running? Did
No
you anything?
way.
See, that's like going all the way in and then going back to running. I find that really interesting. Normally it's like a progression.
Well,
but
I only did one marathon, London, and then did Stratford Triathlon. That was all I did. So I did Stratford Triathlon, London Marathon, Ironman Wales. September 2017.
any blood relation to David Goggins at this point?
No.
like-
Yeah, literally.
It's
Yeah,
like
same
a-
mentality, same history, same.
Go hard!
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Literally, it was just all in.
Did you enjoy it?
The Ironman Wales.
Yeah.
Yes. I found it tough.
It's hard course, yeah.
I found the bike tough because I am not. What
Yeah.
I've found is if anyone now was going in to do an Ironman from a running background, at my level in running or less or whatever, and they said to me, give me one bit of advice, what would it be? Spend as much time on that bike as you can.
Yeah, fair enough.
As a byproduct of the amount of time and you'll spend on that bike, you'll get fit enough
Yeah.
to do the run.
Yeah.
You might not do a good time in the run,
Yeah, but you'll be in a place to
but you'll be
finish
in a
it.
place. Now, if you
Yeah.
wanted to start then going, I want to knock a bit of time off and be a little bit more competitive, 80% bike work,
Yeah.
15% running,
Yeah.
5% swimming.
Yeah.
You said the same thing. We had
Yeah,
this debate
similar
about
thing,
what
yeah.
the importance is, right?
Yeah, and it
comes down to
bang
distance.
for your buck, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
of course
bang
it
for
is.
your buck. You know, if you're, it depends what level you are, but it's also safer because you won't get injured
Because if you do too much
on
running...
the bike. Yeah, if you do a bit
Yeah.
too much running and you're not robust enough to do that at the same time. So
I fell in love with swimming in the end.
Okay.
I really, really fell in
I'm
love with swimming.
still waiting for that.
Yeah,
Still not there?
Yeah, I just enjoyed it. I remember in that sea, it was just carnage, isn't it?
Yes,
Sea swim, it's just
yeah.
carnage. But I think if you take the competitive edge off a little bit and just smile
And just swim.
and just swim, and
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it. Got out the water, just
It's when things become competitive that's when it becomes difficult because you get hit,
Yep.
you get splashed, you gotta get first to the buoy, you gotta find your lines, you can't be off. But if you, like you said, if you actually just do it for enjoyment, then it's actually quite nice.
I don't even think I had a Strava profile when I did Ironman Wales.
No way.
And you can see in the photos, I had a Casio on.
Yeah.
I just turned it with a Casio, a Trek £450 bike.
Yep.
And when I did it in, I think it was like 11 hours 50 Ironman
Yeah,
Wales.
sounds good.
There is a
time.
famous runner that does Casio. Who is that?
The leading Brit.
Don't know.
You do know him.
The one who did it in America? Not
No,
in America.
he runs for sports shoes.
So we got Sessamon, Yee. These are the British
they're
names
all
I'm
too
throwing out.
famous. Yeah, they're all too famous.
No,
Not Smith.
no,
No. It will come to
he's
us.
not an Asian lad.
Oh, Mohammed.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, but I know you mean.
Yeah, he was supposed to Casio in the marathon.
Yes.
Yeah, what's his name? He was going to run London, but
He
didn't
was, he
in
pulled
the
out.
end. Yeah, he pulled
Yeah.
out in the end. Mohammed.
It'll come to us.
Yeah,
Al Fayed.
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the
5 hours.
edit, basically.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Mohammed.
You might be the only person ever to not put an Ironman on Strava, because it's one of those flexes that people do, right? It's
Yeah. It's I just wasn't competitive back then. I just did it because I found in the marathon, and this is going back to running now, I wanted to test my brain.
okay.
I wanted to break. I wanted to get to the point where I go, I can't go on, and I make myself go on. The problem within the marathon is whatever you put in training, you get a return from.
Yes.
So I got in the marathon, you only really go to the hurt locker, I do now, for the final 20, 25 minutes.
Yes.
But I'm not broken. I'm just shattered, tired, and want this to be over and go sit in a bath with a pint.
Yep.
But I wanted to test myself for hours. I wanted to hurt and like drag myself.
11 hours to do that.
11 hours to do that. So I just got into the Ironman. I thought, that'll be a test.
Yeah.
I won't finish that, but let's start it and see what happens. Really enjoyed it.
I noticed you're not wearing a Garmin today.
No,
So you a Garmin?
no, I'm a Coros boy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm a Coros boy. Coros very kindly sent me their Pace 4.
And your reviews?
Yeah, it's simple and easy. And I say
That's
that.
what you want, isn't it?
Yes. And I think you can get, I've seen some of these Garmins. If you're going to go and jump in an helicopter, land in the Himalayas and trek across, these watches will do all that.
Funny you say that. I was going to... No.
You were going to
You
do
and
that.
I just...
Yeah,
I
let's
need
just
you
go,
with me,
mate.
yeah.
You need me with you. Emil Caress.
That's him. That's the Casio boy.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about that, weren't we? Why do people have a watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it for street cred, to be honest.
Have you got yours on today? So we also had
Don't
this. We
do
also had
this.
this.
Fuck's sake.
We brought it up. Who was in the room? Was it James?
It might have been James.
We were talking about people who wear their Garmins.
Johnny.
Johnny, people
was
who
Johnny.
wear their Garmins. Athletes don't wear their Garmins.
So we had this thing where it's like, decent runner, no Garmin. Decent runner, Garmin. Shit runner, Garmin.
Yeah, no.
He needs to wear it to people to like.
Acknowledge.
It's a question opener. Oh, you run?
Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I run.
I'm literally wearing running shoes right now. I'm not going for a run.
Have you got the heart rate strap on underneath?
Yeah.
Chest strap.
No comment.
Tracking all the metrics.
But yeah, so you're a full-timer on the Coros. You do record everything now on Strava.
Yeah, full-time Coros. And what's good about the Coros now is I've just put on my socials, I've just started being an ambassador for Wahoo.
Oh, okay.
And Wahoo, global company, they've predominantly, to my knowledge, always been in the cycling world.
Yeah, very, very big in the
Very
cycling
big
world.
in the
Very big
cycling
in the
world.
cycling world.
I've got one of their turbo trainers.
Yeah,
that
me
I
too.
bought
Bulletproof.
years ago.
Yeah, amazing.
You got one as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Had it. I've got 2. Wow. I got loads because for the bike fitting in that. I got 4 altogether.
Yeah.
I own 4.
Wow. So they need to sponsor you as well.
Yeah, so you just can't fault their kit, can you?
No,
Really?
it's so
can't
good.
fault their kit.
Yeah.
So I've just received from them, they launched last year their Wahoo Kicker Run treadmill.
Okay.
What's good about that treadmill and Coros, they've just announced last month a partnership. Whereas now you can turn the treadmill on and directly with nothing else, because it hasn't got a screen on the treadmill. There's no screen. Put your Coros watch on and directly connect the two. Whereas before you'd have to use your watch, guesstimate it.
Oh,
It
the
was a
indoor
pain,
run. It was a
wasn't it?
pain,
It was a pain. And I still get, as a coach, the data you receive, people are like, oh, I've synced it. It didn't quite pick the pace up. And I'm like, you've just got to go off the pace.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that you got to trust the treadmill is right. But obviously that's,
Well, it's
flawless.
now direct, so
Yeah.
I just start my watch, start running,
Yeah, and
finish, pause it as if it's a
And
normal
it's
run.
just done.
Data automatically transfers.
Love that.
Yeah. So if I put like in Training Peaks, if there was a session that went through it, it would just pick it up and
It just picks it up, yeah.
go and it would just do it.
That's the good thing about it.
No, that's clever.
It's never been very well calibrated. I've ever done an indoor run and a treadmill and what they say are just totally not
But
aligned.
you've done this, and obviously it's a good partnership for yourself because I remember you talking about getting a treadmill a little while ago.
I did.
And then this has obviously come about. But what's the main reason?
The main reason, two main reasons really. No, three. Let's say three main reasons. Number one is I've got the baby.
Yep.
So I've
Good
got to be.
reason.
I've got to be closer to home.
Yep.
Can't be swanning off. I need to be sat there.
Yeah,
20 mile runs,
down the road.
20 miles down the road. Something happens that Mrs. needs to be home. So
Not that you'll do 20 miles on the trip. I mean, you might,
a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Well, that's number one. Number two is I'm sort of getting to the point where I've just got myself a lactate monitor. Now, I know there's a lot of the top boys go, no, you don't want to need one of these. You should know your levels and all that. But just for spot checking,
Yeah.
I think in my training, I know we haven't spoken much about training at all, but I think with my training, I've actually gone too hard on sessions. I really do. I think I've overcooked sessions before because you get to a fitness level with your base phase. And then by the time you come to week 6, 7, 8, and you start doing threshold work, you can lay it down a little bit because you've got an engine on you. But actually, I think I've overcooked it quite a few times. So I had a big lactate and VO2 testing session last year down in Wales, and I got all my data from that. So I'm thinking now in a controlled environment, if I've got a session to do on the treadmill, let's make up a session 10 by 1K. After 3 and after 6, I can do a quick spot check on the lactate.
Well, with the data, the data is almost irrelevant because actually it moves and you can move with it if you've got your own. That's the key, isn't it? So you can't go, because actually the data, let's say because you've had a little bit of an injury, the data, you'll chase that data a little bit instead of actually just going, I'll sit at 2 millimoles, I'll sit at 4 millimoles. So it doesn't matter. The data is like, you can actually make sure you don't. But then as you get fitter, you can sit at the millimoles instead of going, so you might be able to go quicker, but it's irrelevant. It's just you're with the millimoles.
Correct.
You're sitting with your millimoles instead of going, oh, well, last week I could run 5:20s for this. But let's say you're tired.
Yep.
Yeah, but I want to be better than last week. Yeah, but today the millimoles are saying 10 millimoles. I need to slow down.
I need to calm down.
I need to calm down.
So that's number two. Just in a controlled environment, I can control my output.
Yeah. How many treadmills right there?
And it's right there.
Yeah.
And then number three, got the World Cup coming up.
Yeah. Stick it on.
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks. So I've got the TV in the garage, and you know what it's like. You'll go, with the baby, with the job.
Yeah.
I cannot get late. And I've always, if you look at my Strava, I'd say 95% of my sessions
You're
are
an evening
done
runner.
after 6 p.m.
Yeah. Honestly, you'll be shocked. It's crazy.
I'm out at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
You
at
just
night.
presume that this is boxing people up. I don't really want to say it. Every runner with talent, let's say, runs like morning. Just get up and do it. It's their
I do
life.
it at 6 a.m.
Yeah, you're a morning runner, a morning trainer in general.
Yeah.
You're the opposite. It's
never.
yeah.
I've never. Only when I come out of the army, I just started training of an evening.
Stayed in bed.
Just stayed in bed.
I like the idea. I like the concept.
Yeah.
It's just my
But how
anxiety
different is
never-
that? It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
So I've said if someone put so I don't get why companies don't put on a marathon at 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
Is it peak heat then, isn't it?
wow, it's more probably the cut off.
Well, it'd be the cut off
And midnight would be,
and
wouldn't
the
it?
logistics of people getting home.
Yeah.
However, you've got to do all the road closures on a day. London Marathon, they shut all the roads the night before.
Well, you could do the backwards one. You heard?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Not for me.
You
Not for me.
The backwards one.
not heard about this?
No.
So at midnight, the night of the London Marathon, the road's closed, like we just said, and you can go and do it backwards. So you finish at the start, go back to bed quickly, and then go back the other way.
And then lads start again.
Sounds like a fantastic prep and like before, yeah.
Not for me.
Someone
Didn't
I
you
know-
do that in Helvellyn?
Someone locally did it. No, I just trained on it.
He went up the Helvellyn mountains on his bike the day before the bloody triathlon.
Yes, the recce.
Day before.
I won it. It's all right. It worked out okay.
Oh,
Justify that this time.
Slip it in there,
You've got away
Daz.
that one.
If I lost, it's different.
I only won it.
Yeah.
You know.
Dan,
Why'd you
you've
bring it
just-
up again?
If you looked in the corner, your trumpet's just there, mate. You just drop that.
Question my methods.
Yeah. So hopefully you don't mind me saying, Simon, but you obviously 46 now, so
Yes.
you're not a young runner.
Nope.
You're not terribly old, but I should imagine and hope that you've got in your mind recovery protocols as kind of, they've slipped up your priority list, I'd imagine. What do you do now with recovery in mind to support the longevity? Because I suspect you've still got goals that go into the next couple of years. What does that look like for you?
The next couple of years, what's that look like?
Yeah, recovery plans really to make sure that you can sustain what goals you've got.
I call myself the Ricky Hatton of running.
Love that. Love that.
And
No one calls themselves that.
and the reason I'm a Ricky Hatton of running.
I'm looking forward to where this is going. Yeah.
So if you look at most people's Stravas with, let's say, my sort of 2:35 marathon,
That's PB, isn't it? I don't think we
That's
said
my
that
PB.
yet.
No, you got that in there earlier.
So they are. I dropped my trumpet earlier. I got that in early doors.
I haven't got one.
Everyone's consistent all through the year. You could probably, if someone did 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles running in a year, that average would look the same across every month.
It's the norm.
It's the norm.
It's the norm.
Mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
The Ricky Hatton side of me is, when I've not got a race, I do nothing. I'll come off completely. So I can take 6 weeks off, 8 weeks off. Then another marathon gets put into the diary. I'll then train for that marathon, 4 or 5 months, do the marathon, stop.
Wow.
Put weight on, get fat, recover, let my hair down, have a beer. 2 months off. Right, what's the next one? Then I'll go again.
I mean, which is, sounds great and it works and you ran fast. You are injured right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I'm back.
Yeah,
So I haven't actually been injured. I've been tight.
Yeah, I would say what you had was more of a discomfort.
Yeah,
wasn't
discomfort, overload.
And actually, it was a discomfort that stopped you doing a marathon.
Yes.
Like, these aren't easy. These are 26 miles. Like, this is someone saying, yeah, I can't go. It's different if you couldn't go out for 5K.
Yes.
Or, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, no. I'm questioning whether I should run a marathon. People don't run marathons very often, and you run them quite frequently for enjoyment.
I think it's been four a year for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take time off, but not that much time off.
No.
You're back in it.
So the recovery side
But
is
you do box them together.
I do box them together.
Yeah.
I do couple in the spring, couple in the winter.
Yeah, which is perfect.
Yeah, but most of the time if I was to look back at my diary, I've probably took off May and June completely for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Fair.
And then also took off November and December for the last 4 years.
It's perfect.
So I'm only really training for 7 to 8 months a year.
Do you think that's helping with the recovery?
Yes, however, certain things are starting to catch up with me.